What is up, everybody? It's Butthurt here today, and we're gonna do a part 2 on the Assassin's Creed Shadows main protagonist, Yasuke. It has been a whole entire 2 days at this point in time, and people are still freaking out about this character. They're still going crazy, trying to discredit this guy, even though he is a well-known character in Japanese history. So it's pretty fascinating how people who aren't even Japanese have the most outrage about this character. Wonder why, but IGN made an article talking about the situation, saying Assassin's Creed Shadows is under fire for featuring a black samurai protagonist, but let's not pretend we suddenly care deeply about Asian representation. Now, the person who wrote this article was Matt Kim. He also doubled down, said suddenly seeing people care about Asian representation in games only for it to be over the new samurai character is BS, and you know it. Yeah, because the people who are complaining about this character, they only complain about characters when the main protagonist is black or brown, a woman, or if they're LGBT. And, you know, that's when these people want to give a big outcry. But when it's a white person playing one of these roles, as for example, you see Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai, and then some people have been saying even with that, like, he wasn't actually a samurai, he was witnessing the samurais, the last actions of the samurai, whatever. But when you see the poster of The Last Samurai, you see Tom Cruise in a full samurai garb, and you see he's just so much in the front center of the thing, and it's kind of like knock it off. Like, knock it off. And then we try to make point a picture that, you know, a white samurai is completely fine. Or even when they had the Sony, the guy who was playing the flute at the Ghost of Tsushima, when they first announced it at E3 2018, they had this guy playing the flute, and I was like, come on, you guys have a problem with this. When all these different white people are taking part in Asian culture, but when it's a black person, oh, it's a big deal. And then it's even funny because, once again, this is Assassin's Creed Shadows has two protagonists. You have Yasuke and you have the Naoi as a Japanese female character. She's a protagonist. You know, they don't care about her apparently. They only wanted to be a man. So that's even more telling that not only are some of these people kind of racist, but they're misogynist as well, because they didn't even consider her a real person because she's a woman apparently. Like, what the hell? I guess the only woman they care about is when they're half naked, like in Stellar Blade. They love that character, but you know they don't care about this one now. That's just interesting how that works out. But nonetheless, this guy made an interesting point right here, Matt Kim. He says that, hey, why does whenever we see Asian characters, they're mainly samurais? It's like you can't show any of the characters from Asian perspectives outside of samurai culture. Like, that is kind of interesting right there. I'll be kind of annoyed too if they only show characters you saw like samurais whenever they want to talk about Asian representation right there. So he made a valid point, but people were definitely against. They definitely were very going back and forth in the comment section with this one right here. But yeah, people are real butthurt about this. Once again, by you being butthurt, you're only giving the game more attention. So I don't know if these guys know that, but you're just constantly going on social media saying how much you're angry about this game existing or whatever. It's like you're only gonna make it more popular. Just like how Hogwarts Legacy, people said it was gonna boycott that game. That game was one of the most successful games when that game released. I'm trying to think what other game had a boycott situation where like it did a lot better. Like, especially the games recently. Each time there's been this big boycott situation, the games have only flourished and did better because you guys were so better. You made the game even more popular. So there you go. But yeah, when you just type Yasuke on Twitter, there's just so much conversation we had about this. And you see Japanese people who live in Japan are talking about the situation, and they don't have an issue with it. I was seeing like a collage of different like video games and media or movies or books and whatever. How's the Yasuke character, the person, and it's like they're fine with it. He's part of their history. Why do the people in America have such an issue with it? Well, we know the reason why, but the quote unquote reason they want to give why, it's just ridiculous. Ubisoft, Yasuke is the word protagonist, Naoi is the stealth protagonist. He won't be able to do stealth, and in case you missed this, he is wearing a samurai outfit just to make it extra clear, very simple. Yeah, because a lot of racist people have been saying, how is this big, large black man gonna blend into crowds? And I was like, no way, he's supposed to be the stealth character. That's why you get the Assassin's Creed part. He's supposed to be like a big samurai tank character. So once again, I don't see the issue with this. Like, people are really just letting those letting their racist flag show at this point, like in time. Like, really, people really have a issue with it. Issue with this is just ridiculous. And then people want to say, hey, it's supposed to be historically accurate. Well, it's like, none of these Assassin's Creed games are historically accurate. It's like, it's based on some history, but these games are far from accurate. Like, if you want to watch a extra historic accurate piece of information, you watch a documentary or read a book. Like, it's that simple. I don't see why you're looking for Assassin's Creed to be historically accurate. That just doesn't make any sense. Then you got more people talking about Yasuke. So it's like they have a high regard for Yasuke as a person in Japanese history, but you know, the people over here have such an issue with it. Wonder why. My favorite response from the Japanese was regarding the whole Assassin's Creed Yasuke situation. We're used to seeing games where Oda Nobunaga is a girl. There's no reason to make a fuss over a black samurai now. Yeah. Oh yeah, then the excuse where they say the Yasuke was just a retainer. Then a retainer is apparently a vassal in feudal Japan, usually a samurai providing military services. So once again, it's just so ridiculous. People just mad to see a black man in a prestigious role. People don't like that. I guess they just want to see black people in sports or being drug dealers. I guess, I don't know. It's just very weird. Very, very weird. They want to put us in a box so badly. Yasuke is also a real historical figure, but not predominantly featured in a lot of Japanese works. That's the crazy thing too, because you would think that, hey, it's just Ubisoft. They want to say Ubisoft is woke or whatever. Well, it's like, no, Japanese people themselves have been putting Yasuke in a lot of different properties, a lot of different things as well. So it's like, what are you talking about at the end of the day here? Yeah, bro, just wait until you find out that a Native American didn't fight side by side with George Washington and then find a magical alien artifact that gave them visions of Washington becoming the tyrannical king of America. Yeah. This sums up the Yasuke situation in Assassin's Creed. I don't know there were people like this. This person has a strong protagonist vibe. He was never a samurai. I don't know. Some people are definitely trying to discredit this person right here. It's just hilarious. Then the Shogun show was being mentioned. I got renewed for season 2 and 3, which I heard the show was very good. I might check it out at one point in time, but this person says FX could do the funniest thing right now and announce Yasuke for the show. That would be extremely hilarious. They did announce Yasuke is going to be in this show because, oh boy, those people would be even more angrier. I mean, that'd be good publicity as well too. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, that'd be good publicity. You announce Yasuke in this show, this very popular show right now. I wonder why all of a sudden Yasuke is a retainer, not a samurai. What changed in the last 10 months? Really? Wait, what is this? Okay, so this person says, this is from 2023. Plus, Yasuke was a samurai. They were pretty against the assassin's ways. They were more frontal than by the back. Then, I guess this is modern. This is what this guy says. Modern, in the modern times, says Yasuke was no samurai. He was a retainer. Honestly, I don't think he's famous for anything besides that being the first and only black something in Japan. Yeah, this definitely giving some grifting vibes. Like, you're going with these so-called right-wingers extremists say that, you know, you can't give black people any type of credibility or honor. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just being weird at this point in time. Like, at one point you say, hey, he was an honored samurai, but then you say, nope, he's not a samurai. He was just a retainer, which that doesn't make sense because a retainer, even in their definition, is somebody of high respect or value. So, this conversation is just getting annoying at this point in time. Japanese Twitter is roasting the people angry with the choice of Yasuke. I can accept that Yasuke wasn't a samurai if y'all can accept that Jesus wasn't white. Oh boy. definitely stirring up the hornet's nest with this comment right here. This got 1.7k likes. People were pissed. Oh man. Conversation a lot of people don't want to have because it literally makes no sense for Jesus to be a white man as this most that's the image of him displayed the most when it like that literally makes sense when it's like takes place in like the Middle East somewhere. So, but not gonna touch on that. I won't even more butthurt people in my comment section, but yeah, that definitely doesn't make sense. But you know, they got no problem with that, right? Or the Ten Commandments movies where it's all white people. Or what's the other one? All those the biblical type movies was all white protagonists, white people. They really makes no sense. Japanese people put Yasuke in video games, anime, and regular based characters off him when they don't include him in the regular like Guilty Gears. Naga Ryuki. Within Japan, he's an icon of the time period, and he's always specifically called a samurai within Japanese media. Yeah, I see. It's just the people over here, mostly the racist demographic of people over here, who really just want to gatekeep like black people from enjoying Japanese culture or stuff, or Japanese like. It's just weird. I just don't get it. I don't know. But yeah, they have no problem displaying characters like this. Like, even in anime, they have predominantly a lot of black characters in anime. Even a big Mexican influence in anime. Especially if you watch the show Bleach. You know, there's a Mexican character, Chad, in that show. It's just like, they really want everybody else to hate. Just have this hatred for black people. It's just very bizarre. Game industry in 2024. Resident Evil 5 was racist because you shoot black zombies as a white man. Once again, nobody was making that statement, but you know, he's going to make that a narrative. He's not from there, so this game is racist and cannot be remade. Also, game industry in 2024. Like, only racist people will see this aspect of this game being made. Nobody rational made this argument right here. So, but you know, they got a grift to feed that demographic. Okay. Racists can't stand Yasuke actually existed. Trying to tell the Japanese that they are wrong and trying to teach us about samurai. How does this even work? Yeah, when you're telling the people who actually live in that country they're wrong. That just doesn't make any sense. Kind of crazy how nobody cared about Assassin's Creed consistently exaggerating or fictionalizing history until they decided to have a black samurai based on Yasuke. Yeah, it's kind of funny how they never cared that much before, but now there's a black character. Now we got historians out the woodwork who were just such historians about Japanese culture now. It's just fascinating how that works out. Yasuke's discourse has me thinking of a simple time when Naga Ryuki was first revealed for Guilty Gear Strive, and everyone just thought, holy crap, a black samurai that is badass, because none of the culture war losers were pretending to care about the game yet. Yeah, these culture war people, they just come to, like, I don't know, after the whole Tiki Torch situation, these people just infiltrated the gaming talking spaces, the movie, like all the nerdy stuff in general that people care about, like the anime, the Marvel, DC, Star Wars, stuff like that, Lord of the Rings. They just infiltrated these spaces and just pushed this whole race-based agenda on everything. Like, it's like, really? You can't just talk about, hey, this is a cool character. Now it's based on if it's a woman, if there's a person that's black or brown, or if they're gay, then it's still called woke. But if it's a white man, it's completely fine now. It's not woke. It's not diversity. You know, it's just woke if it's only everybody else. It's just so annoying. Like, I don't doubt any of these people are actually even gamers to begin with. Like, some dude from America, the Japanese media don't even consider Yasuke a samurai. The Japanese media in question, yeah. When I was seeing this, I'm like, really? What are they talking about? Like, obviously, they care about this person a lot because he's in so many different. He has so much representation in their media. But you know, people from America say they know everything about this, about another country's culture. It's just fascinating. But yeah, I'm gonna conclude it right here. You can go on and on about this. It's just sad to see, but either way, I'm gonna get this game day one. This game looks amazing. This looks a game I want to play. It definitely looks really good to me. So sad people butthurt about this, but when are they never not butthurt about this? And then this was a person who was a descendant from a person who was a returner for Nobunaga, saying that the Yasuke was a returner and he wasn't a samurai. Argument makes me roll my eyes so much. I'm descended from Fujikake Nagakatsu, who was a return of Oda Nobunaga, aka absolutely a samurai. Why are people like this? So people who lived in the region who are actually descendants of people of that time period are saying, hey, a retainer was an actual samurai. So I don't know. I'm just waiting for this conversation to be over with when the game actually releases. Then we'll see the sales numbers if this game is going to fail or do extremely well. So we'll see. Until then, I'm going to include this video. Definitely want to see your thoughts down below about this whole conversation right here. Leave a like this video. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.